Hello again. Welcome to another one of my culture corners. You'll be delighted to see that once again I'm sitting in my corner of culture. Just to emphasize the point, I've got at least four books sitting right alongside me. And this week we are tackling Any Given Sunday, not incidentally the forthcoming book by Gridiron Supremo Matthew Sherry. Although I'm reliably informed that is available for pre-order via Amazon, so get stuck in with that. And I'm sure there'll be some kind of contractual obligation, which means I will be reviewing that book in weeks to come, and I look forward to that as well. But I'm talking about the other great Any Given Sunday, the 1999 Oliver Stone movie, all about professional football. I won't go as far to say it's about the NFL, though clearly it is the NFL, but they didn't get the compliance of the league, didn't get the consent of the league for fairly obvious reasons. Stone, one of the great filmmakers of his generation, is also one of the most controversial filmmakers of his generation, and this is no exception. He doesn't pull any punches. It is an unflinching look at life in the pros, and it is all the better for it. So no NFL, the fictional team that is based around are the Miami Sharks, led by Tony D'Amato, an aging head coach played brilliantly by Al Pacino, is coming towards the end of his career, and change and transition, one of the key themes in the movie. His quarterback, Cap Rooney, played equally effectively by Dennis Quaid. He's a 38-year-old Brett Favre, aging good old boy gunslinger type. He gets injured early doors in the film, and that sets a whole load of things in motion. The two of them have won a championship, have come through together, but there is a sense that both of them are coming to the end of the road. As indeed, there is a sense that the Miami Sharks are coming to the end of the road. The Sharks could be relocated to Los Angeles by Cameron Diaz, who is the daughter of the former owner who's taken over the reins and is a no-nonsense ball-breaking type. She has her eyes on the prize and a lot more money if the team is relocated. All of this is set in motion early on in the film, as is the introduction of Jamie Foxx in one of his early roles as Willie Beeman, who is a young quarterback who gets his shot because of the injury to Dennis Quaid's character. The casting is absolutely on point. Pacino was born to play this part. To be fair, Pacino's born to play any part, quite frankly, but he's absolutely brilliant in it. Quaid, out of central casting, really, when you're thinking of that square-jawed, aging quarterback type. Jamie Foxx is totally plausible and believable as Willie Beeman, but the supporting cast is really strong as well. So James Woods crops up as a morally suspect team medic. His assistant, Matthew Modine, who is, I guess, the moral compass of the film, equally effective there. Anne Margaret, terrific veteran actress, plays Cameron Diaz's mother, seems to be drunk for every second of the time that she is on film as well. LL Cool J rocks up as one of the players. So does Lawrence Taylor, who essentially plays himself as well. So all the way through the film, the cast really on point. The script, I think, in the hands of a different, less able director might be a bit challenging, but Stone absolutely handles it like the great director that he is, and it's completely fluent throughout. You're just buying into this and the plausibility, the credibility that what you're watching unfurling here. And that is, I think, enhanced by the action scenes in the film as well. A lot of the time, sporting films are let down by the lack of credibility in the action. And I'm not just talking about football films here. You see this in baseball, certainly in boxing, the early Rocky films, terrific as they were. Maybe the thing that lets them down are the fight scenes, much as we love them. You're just not quite buying how realistic they are. That isn't an issue here at all in Any Given Sunday. You're buying into the football and the action specifically from day one. The cinematography is superb as well. So there is a dark, menacing, visceral thread that runs through it. It's in Miami, as I say, that kind of nighttime neon vibe as well. A lot of dark atmospheric shots. Salvatore Titino is the cinematographer, who in his first major Hollywood film, based on what I saw on IMDb, he absolutely nails it. Sound is used really effectively as well. So you have car crash noises, animal noises during the action, speed metal, smash cut a lot of the time as well. So it has an energy and a pace to it all the way through the film. At the heart of it, it's an honest appraisal, and it looks at the good, the bad, and the ugly. So this isn't an overt criticism of professional football. He tackles concussion. He tackles the fact that the team medics are covering up issues, but equally he realizes, or rather portrays, that players want to get back in there as well. It isn't necessarily as binary an argument as teams are being completely cynical and putting players out there. It looks at the commercial side, the money, motivation perhaps taking over. But at the same time, Oliver Stone clearly loves football as well, and or at least celebrates what there is to love about football: the history, the passion, the characters, the commitment, the excitement. All of this comes together so effectively. So it isn't a clear-cut criticism. At the same time, it isn't a puff piece either. It's probably closest, or a closest reference I can give is the ESPN series Playmakers. If you think about Ballers, great fun that it is a bit of a romp, and it doesn't really get anywhere close to anything too dangerous. Draft Day, which we covered a few weeks ago, didn't we? Very light on the ground. It's much more searingly complex and difficult than that. And Playmakers, the ESPN series of a similar era, is maybe the closest cultural reference point I can give. I would say it's one of the great football movies out there. I think it's one of the great sporting movies out there as well. It definitely polarizes opinion. Not everybody shares my view, but I think all in all, it is a complete film, not without one or two flaws, but as close as you can get to a perfectly executed portrayal, fictional portrayal of life in the pros. It is 20 plus years old, and it hasn't really aged that much either, which I think is maybe one of the biggest compliments I can give Stone on all of those involved in making it. I'm sure many of you have seen it. Go and revisit it again, and if you haven't, absolutely go and check it out. Enjoy.